Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, Laura.
And I'm May.
And today we are going to be doing an NSFW episode. We're going to be talking about some racy subjects, namely May being a fucking whore.
Hey!
Just kidding. I am just kidding.
Being a cultured whore in Berlin.
Going
Ever
to-
heard of it?
Going to Europe.
Okay.
No, May had the experience of going to a sex club in Europe. So if you're with kids.
Plural.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. No, so if you were with kids, like 100% do not listen to this episode.
Or listen to it with a drag queen and pretend that we're drag queens.
Whatever you want to
Educating your
do,
children
listen,
on
it's your
Europe.
goddamn life. But point being, you know the drill. Make your decisions like an adult. And if you're a child, this is probably not the episode for you, but do follow us online. And we're also going to be talking about some lighter business topics, a lost fighter jet, some rules in the Senate, and Beetlejuice, a couple other things.
Beetlejuice, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see.
You'll see. All right, well, enjoy.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News. Oh my gosh. All right, listen. So Europe.
Europe was amazing. So I just got back from Europe literally like 4 hours ago. And I guess 5 hours ago, I landed from Dublin. I landed, went to my apartment, slicked back this fucking bun,
Yeah,
went
it's
to
slick.
a work event.
If you're not watching the podcast on YouTube, you should be, because this bun is slick.
Oh, it's slick.
Yeah.
And thank God for that. Okay. Thank God for the Gen Z girlies on TikTok for introducing this hairstyle to people, because holy fucking cow, my hair is greasy right now. And it looks
great.
It looks like I'm put together. It looks like an intentional thing. But anyway,
it does look intentional.
I went to this like work event, which was all these like super high up people and beauty brands. And I had gotten like 1 hour of sleep, drank about 18 Guinnesses last night. And I was just like, you should work with me.
You should work with me. I'm a professional. And actually, you know what? That genuinely is a professional, because professionals can go, drink, handle their booze, do some business, and then do a podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're like genuinely the most professional person in the United States of America right now.
In this exact moment, absolutely.
In this exact moment. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
I'm so proud of you.
But yeah, Europe was amazing. I've counted 7 different cities in
I couldn't
2
keep
weeks.
up with where you were.
I
I knew
everywhere.
your schedule like vague. I probably of the people had a better idea than most, and I was still like, Dublin?
Yeah.
Well, that's a fucking addition.
I also do the thing that every time I go to a different city, I gaslight myself into thinking like what my life would be like in that city.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
That is the point of traveling.
Yeah.
You go there and you're like, I could live here.
Yeah.
It's
But,
like,
the
I
most-
was literally in fucking Arkansas, and I was like, I mean, I think I could probably raise a family in Bentonville. I understand.
Probably.
I mean,
But
push
also,
comes to
like,
shove.
like the most egregious things, like in Oslo, we did the thing where you go into the sauna and then you jump into the river, and I was like, this would be my morning routine. Every morning. And then
I'd be getting up. Meanwhile, here I'm peeling myself. I can barely walk outside to go get a cup of coffee.
we are legally asleep. Medically asleep, as Kelly Taylor, our guest on a former pod, would say. Medically
She
asleep.
is medically, surgically asleep.
Surgically
They have
asleep.
Put her eyelids
Until
together.
10:30 a.m. And then like I had like a morning routine for every place. I was like in like Lisbon, I was like, oh, I would go down to the beach. And I'm like, I wouldn't do any of these fucking things if I
No.
actually lived there.
But I do love that for you. What was
Yeah.
the Dublin one? You're like, I had a beer.
Yeah, I had a breakfast beer in Dublin. Let's see what
great.
else.
Then you went to my home country, as I like to call it,
Yes.
Deutschland.
Deutschland. I went to
Germany?
Deutschland. That was by far and away the most
Memorable.
memorable.
Listen, we don't fuck around, okay?
No, Germans are weird.
Yeah, dude.
They're weird ass
dude.
people.
This is also my official plea for Laura Ramoso, I think her name is.
Oh, she's hilarious.
Oh my, I'm the biggest fan of this girl. She plays a German mother on TikTok, and every single person in my family has sent this to everybody. And the big reveal was when my mother finally sent her to me and goes, ha ha ha, am I like this? And I was like, yes. I cannot stress this enough. You are like this.
I fucking love
Please go look her up. Oh my God. I love her so much.
She is so funny. I do not have a German mom, and I think it's fucking hilarious. Like, she'll be like, are you ready for German mom on the beach? And I'm like, oh my God.
She'll be like, this outfit was good for interviews.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a pirate. Why are you having these stripes?
She's just wearing a black turtleneck.
And drinking red wine exclusively. I'm like, listen, fucking goals is to be a German mom. She's got her shit together. She knows what she likes, damn it. And she likes kind of lightly shit talking and drinking wine.
God bless.
God bless.
So we went to Amsterdam on this trip, and I will say, obviously, you're in Amsterdam. You see the sex show. That's what you do. We've discussed this ad nauseum about Lizzo, and
as Lizzo does, we do.
We do. And
Mark was like, I gotta get my fucking openers into a sex club stat.
Have to. And so like we went with his openers, and it was the funniest thing because I like turned like to them in the line, and I was like, I'm gonna need you guys to sign some NDAs because like we were all laughing about it. And then we went into the sex show, and it's like, you know, it's like it's people having sex on a bed in front of you, and it's just whatever. Like, no, it's not really that big of a fucking deal. It's like watching a live porn. Yeah. And then they did the banana thing, and like Sean, where they ate they bring up audience members and then they eat a banana out of a pussy. Mm-hmm. Famously.
You were like, Doug Key,
yeah,
you are legally required or Mark will never hire you again.
That's how it's gonna go.
To get on up there.
But it was funny because that happened, and when we got out of the sex club, Sean Murphy, look him up, great comedian, and then also Doug Key, Mark's openers, they were like, I cannot believe that's what she got in trouble for, because it was like the most like PG-13 part of the show. Like they were like, who fucking cares? Like it was like when you're there in person, you're like, it's kind of outrageous.
Comical almost.
It's comical that they made that
like a gag.
The thing that they were going to harp on in all of these articles and stuff.
It's because I think people in Arkansas, my people in Arkansas, we have never heard of such a thing. Okay? Listen. For context, I went and did shows in Arkansas, and I had a fucking awesome time. And I was honestly not expecting that going into it.
I love a city that you have no expectations for, and it has like a little bit of niceness, and you're like, oh, this is amazing.
And you have the best time of your life because you had negative. I expected to have a bad time. I'll be honest. I went into it like an asshole, being like, Arkansas. And then I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Great time.
Great time.
Highly recommend. Bentonville specifically. I don't want to speak for the remainder of it. Walmart country, Bentonville, that's where the Waltons live, and they have fucking hooked it up. That place is nice. Yes. And apparently Alice Walton is like a maniac. She's the second richest woman in the world. She's the heiress to Walmart. Wow. And she's like a fucking demon spawn. Like, I don't know if she's like been like drinking and driving. She like killed a guy.
What? We got to do an episode on her.
We'll
Save it for the pod.
We'll put this to the side. And I will say this is based off conversations post wine in Bentonville. So like I have not fact checked this.
No, it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
But
that and more.
I will circle back on this because she also like made this like amazing art museum for no fucking reason. And she's like, it's free. Like, she's like, I love her, but I also think she's a maniac. And that's probably its own episode.
Yeah.
We'll go back to Arkansas. We'll have Stuart on with Stuart Fullerton.
She's from
Arkansas.
I did not know that.
Yes, and she's hilarious.
She is very funny. So to round out Europe, I'm gonna say the second sex club we went to, because you have to go to multiple, obviously. So we're in Berlin, right? And we're like not clubbing people, but I was like, that's what you do when you're in Berlin. You go to like, of course, you go to the clubs. That's the only thing to do, really. And Berlin, like, I mean, there's a lot to do, but you get it. Yeah. Like the Berlin Wall. Yeah. You go to the Berlin Wall and then you go out, obviously. Right. And Berlin is known for like, let's call it niche clubs. Like, I feel like everything is like ravey, but not like ravey, like Izu kind of vibe. No, not at all. Like it's very like cool. Like you have to be like not like Izu. Guys. You gotta be extremely cool to like get into these places. And so we went to this place called the Kit Kat Club, and the reason, have you ever been there? Have you ever been to Berlin?
I've never been to Berlin.
Oh, you gotta go.
I've been to like fucking rural Germany where my family
With like the windmills and the fucking
with
like the big beers with like the cans out. You know?
Yeah. With weird meat spreads.
Yeah.
Like liverwurst, and you're like,
Okay,
That's
Berlin
where
was
I've
not like
been.
that at
That's-
all.
no.
Okay, Berlin was fucking sick. The actual city itself, not my favorite. Like during the day, I was just like whatever. But the
yeah.
clubbing, dude, I will go back to Berlin specifically to go to Kit Kat Club again.
We should go.
Yes, we should.
I
go.
mean,
let's go.
okay.
All right, we're going. But it's
Because guys, we're gonna do a
So-
show at Kit Kat Club.
for those of you that are not familiar with Kit Kat Club, get a life. Number
That was
one.
me, by the way.
Um,
I was like, where are you going? She goes, the sex club. And I go, why?
And so you have to wear like fetish outfits. Like it can't just be like, you can't show up in black or whatever. You have
mean
to
I can't wear my athletic shorts?
No, you can't
with,
wear your athletic
with the
shorts.
built-in spandex underneath. Spandex right in attached to the
So
nice
me,
shorts.
Mark, and Doug Key, his opener, we like went to all of these fetish stores and bought like the most fun. We bought like fishnets for Mark,
Those
with,
have-
like harnesses.
Those
all
have
this
to be your
crazy stuff.
Christmas card.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And then I bought like a see-through shirt and like this leather skirt, which is really funny because once you get into the club, you realize that I was basically wearing a burqa. I was wearing a burqa.
What was the line like outside the club though? Because is it cold?
So
Were you fucking freezing?
it wasn't that cold, but like a lot of people would just be wearing a trench coat and then they'd open up and it'd just be straight up lingerie, and then they would take the trench coat
That makes
off.
sense.
And like
Damn.
people were dead ass fucking naked. Like just straight up naked. There was naked men everywhere. There was a man in a wheelchair that was just going around the dance floor jerking off in his wheelchair, just totally bottomless.
Wait, aw.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so.
There was also mentally
That's so wholesome.
there was I feel like I'm like skipping a bunch of bits. Like I've skipped like okay, so you get in, you undress like basically completely.
Okay.
I was wearing like just X's over my tits and
yeah,
like that
we
was it.
we saw.
Yeah.
It
That
looked
was
great.
it.
The cans, we're doing great.
And
We're very proud of the
you
girls.
you have to give your phone, you have to give like you give all of your like credit cards and everything. It's cash only because they don't want
That makes sense.
they don't want the credit card to be like traced back to a person kind of thing. So it's like super anonymous. Like it like
do
they don't
people wear
even
masks.
a lot of people wear masks.
Okay.
Not everyone, but some people do.
Fair enough.
And there was like a lot of people like from Berlin there, and I kept thinking to myself, I was like, what would I do if I like ran into my brother here? Would I have to kill myself?
You'd have to kill yourself.
I think I'd have to kill
You'd
myself.
have to kill yourself for sure.
Because people's dicks were out.
You need to definitely speak to your family the night of if you
Oh,
live there and
yeah.
be like, hey, what's everyone's plans for tonight? No reason.
Yeah, exactly.
No
I
reason.
I would need like a calendar and be like, okay, this is May's Kit Kat night. This is Ben's Kit Kat night. This is Susie's Kit Kat night. And there should not be any overlap.
None.
Okay. Because
Absolutely. I'm hosting a dinner. You all have to
Yeah.
be there, and then I'm not going to show.
also, the thing that's crazy about it is that there's so many fucking people there. Everyone's naked. And it's multi-generational. Like, it's not like I thought I was going to go into this place. I was like, oh, it's going to be all 22-year-olds. Who would go to this other than 22-year-olds? And it's all people. Like, I saw people that were 75. I saw people that were 45. I saw people like our age. I did see 22-year-olds. It was like all over
I would
the
freak
place.
out. Were you not freaking out?
I was freaking out 0%.
Was that because of...
I think it's because of the vibes. Like, I
Okay.
think, like, so we discussed this over text, but you were asking, you were like, why isn't there things like this that happen in, like, New York? And I think the reason why, I really broke it down because now I'm a sex club enthusiast, and I've really been thinking about this. I will be hosting one at my apartment.
In your new house. if
In
you
my
ever
new house.
move.
I actually thought that'd be so fun to do a Berlin-style rave and hire, like,
That'd
a
be
doorman. That,
Very
like,
fun, but I'm not having sex with people.
you
there.
can't, you don't have to have sex, but you have to be naked.
Was our intro wrong, folks? Do not listen to this with your kid.
But fucking oh god, what was I gonna say?
I feel like I'm such a prude for someone who spent so much of their life in zero clothing
Yeah.
for my job.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I was in a swimsuit, just our asses were 100% out
People
all of the time.
basically knew what you looked like.
They
naked.
100% knew.
Yeah.
Like 100%. It could
Yeah.
not have been more clear. Like that's very clear.
I mean, it was
And now I'm like,
dude, I cannot even begin to describe to you. So you walk in, there's like bars everywhere. There's like little random rooms. There's a pool area. And then you go down into like these dungeness areas and you'll just walk into a room and there'll be like a gimp with like his legs spread open and like a ball clip and his like rock hard dick. And he's just sitting there.
What?
And like he wants people to go up and like torture him. Basically. And then there's like girls getting like hot wax all over themselves. And these are just patrons of the club. They're not like people that
They're
work
not like
there.
paid. Were there any
Some
people?
Some of them are. So the
I bet
gimp,
there's a couple like to like set the mood.
that's what I'm thinking. Because
Yeah.
there was this guy and there was a tango room, which I was like, okay,
Where you
classy
go-
Berlin.
Where you
And
go tango?
You go
like
in
dancing?
tango. Yeah. And some guy came up. I was
Naked?
sitting.
Naked?
Yes, and I was sitting with Mark, and this old guy comes up. He was probably like 65, and he was like, "Would you like to dance?" And I was like, I don't know how to dance. And he just took my hand. My bare fucking tits are just on this 65-year-old man. He's whipping me around the dance floor. I kept making eye contact with Mark. I was like, "You're watching, right? Like, you can see me, right?" Like, I was like, just like, don't let me leave like your eye view because
Yeah.
I am just like rubbing my bare naked body on this
this
65-year-old man.
Oh my god.
And it was
No wonder that fucking guy was there. He's like, this is the best thing in the world.
Yeah, and then this other guy came up and he was like,
And it also in a German accent.
yeah,
too.
he was like, "Do you want to dance?" And then this other guy came up and he asked me to dance, and he was like another old guy, and I was like, "Oh, I can't, no." And then I could tell he was like, he like
Hurt.
liked that. I think he was like, that
Oh.
was like his thing, was like getting rejected, because he was going around to like every girl and getting rejected, and he was like, just his boner was like getting big. It was crazy.
Ew.
It was crazy. And then in that same room though, there was this guy just straight up fucking anally raping, not raping, but like anally like having sex with
Yeah.
this woman, like literally right there, like we're like just next to us, and I was just watching this happen. It was
Did it feel like you were just
crazy.
like walking into porn kind of?
It felt like I was in like a movie, and it was very like the mood was like super like moody lighting, as you can imagine. Like everything felt like, I don't even know. It was
it
crazy.
scented? Did it smell like genuine shit?
No, it didn't. It smelled great.
All right.
I mean, it was,
I
and then you go
those
into,
candles were working overtime if all that anal was going on.
But
Let me
then
tell you
there's
that.
other rooms that are just straight up raves. So you're just in there. Everyone's naked or close to naked, and you're just dancing on each other in this crazy rave. And then you look up, people are having sex on the balcony, people are having sex like in like little beds, and like there's
What?
all this like crazy like medical equipment, and people are having sex on the medical it was like super
Germans.
yeah, Germans
What's wrong
are
with us?
insane.
What's wrong with us?
It was, the vibes were like brooding and moody, but like
Yeah.
also fun and light. Like I didn't feel scared at any point. Like
Okay, that's good. But the medical equipment, definitely
Yeah.
that's a twist. That could move into horror movie
Yeah.
real quick.
But I was saying to you, I was like, even though I went with Mark and Doug Key, and that was kind of nice to be there with men, but I was like, I honestly, I would go with you and feel completely comfortable. Like I would know for a fact that like if I said no, it meant no. Everybody's good.
Meanwhile, today in New York City, I had what I would like to call one of our a sex club experiences on the New York City subway.
Oh yeah, well, there's a lot
Subway-
of masturbation.
The MTA.
I've seen
Well, in this
a
case,
lot of penises on
in
that
this
thing.
case, this wasn't a classic of a homeless guy jerking off, and you're like, I mean, he's in his living room, so like, how mad
Yeah,
can I
right.
really be? You know, like I came into his space, kind of thing.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, you know, it's his world, and I'm
Yeah.
like coming in, whatever. In this case,
Yeah.
it is a crowded train. We are coming back. It's like 4:30 or something like that. Coming into Brooklyn. So it's like there's no chance to move around. Like it's not a lot of stops. I can't move cars really.
Yeah.
It's crowded. I'm sitting down. This girl sits down next to me, and her like boyfriend is there, and he's standing. All is well, right?
Yeah.
She kind of like is. They're like, oh, like flirty, whatever. And she grabs his pants and pulls him towards her. And then he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she looks at me and goes, sorry. And I'm like, okay, haha, no problem. All is
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I go, and I kind of like look away, like I'm like on my phone, obviously. And then they start aggressively making out.
Oh wow.
I'm touching her. Like I'm in one of those 2-seaters. And I'm fucking like, I'm not getting up from my goddamn seat because I've been on my feet all day, man. And I'm sitting here and they are making out and he's like getting more and more into it. And I'm like creeping away
Wait,
from
what?
them.
That's so
it was
weird.
so aggressive.
How
And then
old were these people?
they were like 24
Okay.
or something like that. And they
Yeah.
were clearly very like in love, whatever, just but being extremely I'm
Like,
touching
very extra
I'm
about it.
physically touching her. I can't not be because I'm in a 2-seater and they are like all over each other and they're like she's putting her, at one point, she puts her head on his lap.
Oh,
and he's
wow.
standing in front of me. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm touching you and I have no way out of this unless I give up my seat, which will never happen. That's never going to happen. Over my dead body will I give him my spot. And so I didn't, in protest. That was my strike. Okay. And that's New York City Sex Club.
That is the New York City Sex Club. It's just way
And it
less
was
fun.
Non-consensual. Let me tell you that.
No, but I think like the reason why it works so well in Berlin and wouldn't work here is because they all have the same standards of like what's okay and what's not okay. Where like where here there's like so many different like religions, ideologies, someone would get culture. Someone would get like so offended by something where like someone else would be like, no, that's not enough. They'd be like, that's not kinky enough. And then like someone else, you know what I mean? So there's just like a lot of variables that way
Were there a
of
lot
like
of
what people expect. But there was not a ton of diversity. I think they give preferential treatment to Germans to get in there. So it's like primarily Germans. Because like famously, we were on a list. But that's how we got in. But famously, the Berlin nightclub bouncers are like cunts. Like they'll like look you up and down and be like, lose the watch. And then they'll be like, lose your pants. And then they're like, you're rejected. And like they reject people like crazy.
No way.
Yeah. So there wasn't a ton of diversity there. But there wasn't. Like there was literally people in wheelchairs. There was obviously
that's cool
like
though. I'm glad
transgender
that
people. There was all this crazy, like a lot of like that kind of stuff. And like it was very much like an anything goes thing. There was some like mentally challenged people there.
Damn.
That were just straight up naked.
Good for them.
And like so there was like, I don't know why I just said that in that tone. I like got really low when I said that. But
it's
like,
weird because you're like, what is consent in this case? Does everyone understand it?
But I just felt like it was very much, I don't know, like everyone was just like on board. Everyone's like, we get what we're signing up for. No one's gonna be freaked out if some guy like
genuinely
rubs up
have
against
to like? Did you sign anything going in?
And
weird.
And you know what's weird? So some girl was asking me like the day before I went, I was like, oh, I'm so excited to go. And they were like, you don't have something like this in New York? And I was like, not really. I was like, we do have sex clubs that I've heard of. I've never been to them. But I was like, I've heard that you have to like get invited in and then show an STD check. And then you obviously have to show that you're not like a sex offender. And the girl was like, oh, that's a great idea. I was like, yeah. People are just walking around with fucking herpes. You haven't gone to, I don't know.
That's a huge reason to not, I mean, like,
I don't know if they literally had herpes.
Get your tits out, but like beyond that, like careful, folks.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to sit on things. I was like,
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Were people attractive?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
I had a conversation over the weekend, partially because you were at the Kit Kat Club, and so obviously this, it was spreading around New York like wildfire. There, I was talking to, I think I can say his. I'm sure. You know what? I'll skip it. It doesn't matter. I'll skip his name. But I was talking to a comic who's very attractive and now engaged. Congratulations.
Oh, I know who you're talking
here
about. Here
in New York City, and he was telling me that he went to a sex club. It made it sound like recently, but I'm not sure if that's true or not.
He's into that kind of thing.
Yeah, and he said it was mostly unattractive people.
Yeah, that's what I heard about the ones in New York too. Yeah, no. Berlin, I feel like I wouldn't go clubbing or to a sex club unless it's in Berlin.
All right, well, there
and I will be going
back
once a quarter.
Well, any closing words, any closing thoughts on Kit Kat Club? We can revisit this topic as many times as you would like.
No, everybody should go. Everybody should totally go. It was the most fun I've ever had outside of the time that I took shrooms at a Jimmy Buffett concert. That was the most fun I've ever had. God, but R.I.P. But the Kit Kat Club, close second, similar vibes. Honestly, though, kind of similar vibes in the sense that like everyone was there and everyone was like
so
this
welcoming.
Is kind of ironic, but we're leaning in.
I love it.
Good
Well, that's
times.
Great. That is great.
So that concludes the business portion of this business podcast.
Did we not tell you in the intro? I mean, here we
Kit
go.
Kat Club is a business.
It is a business. They make money. That's the rules.
Money.
Rules is rules.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's perfect. I figured we'd take some time for that one, and mine are my other stories are pretty damn light.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. You know what? Maybe they're not. The first one fucking makes me laugh so hard. The United States of America, in the day of our Lord 2023, lost a fighter jet
No, what?
over the last couple of days. You didn't see this?
You could have filled me in because I have been like blissfully unaware of things.
Oh, I love it. We lost this a couple days ago. A U.S. the F-35B Lightning II jet. I love their names. They're like just like a little boy got to name something.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Space Racer.
Yeah, and it's made of magic.
It's designed after my bed.
Yeah. It was on autopilot, and it has this like very, very high tech stealth ability. And for I think about 2 days, they could not find this jet, which cost $100 million. The U.S. government lost track of it, and it was just out and about.
Who was driving it?
So
that
at
guy's
first,
presumably dead, I guess.
Well, so we have now had an update. This was a couple days ago. They were like, hey, we don't know where it is. They grounded a bunch of other flights around it. Like just being like, we don't listen, no one gets to fucking fly any planes until we get this one back.
Yeah.
And we found it a couple, I think earlier today, actually. It was crashed, unfortunately, in South Carolina. And the pilot had ejected due to a mishap.
Oh.
Now, what kills me about this is I'm like, so you mean to tell me that for 2 days, this guy was flying this plane? Was he joyriding? Like, did he not reach out? Did he not have a phone to be like, hey, guys, I'm over South Carolina?
Well, why wouldn't he? So they don't know when the plane crashed?
This is all very new. So apparently the pilot who was on, I assumed it was not piloted. That was my assumption, that this plane had no pilot, because I was like, well, surely the pilot would be like, we're going to land.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be.
But maybe he ejected out of it, the plane crashed, and then he died on the landing.
No,
down.
he apparently parachuted to safety. So I'm sure come tomorrow morning, so we're podcasting this like late on a Tuesday. What? Tuesday? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he'll probably be on the fucking news like starting tomorrow, though he's in the military, so maybe he's dead. Maybe we've killed him since, Russia style, we're like, how dare you lose this $100 million plane?
That's crazy.
But either way,
$100 million. Wow.
$100 million plane. I'm like, could you air tag it? Like, what do we need? You guys don't lose those.
Yeah. Is there insurance on those babies?
Yeah. There better be. So that was my first story.
Damn. Okay, I am very, very, very confused. Who the fuck is so we don't know the name of the guy?
No, we just know that it was
that he's safe.
Yeah, we know that he is safe.
Wow.
One of the stories referenced the fact that he had been located in South Carolina. The fighter jet was located north of where the pilot ejected and parachuted to safety.
And where was...
This is breaking news, folks.
Oh,
so.
Wow. Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Well... Yeah. That'll be interesting as an unfold. Like, why? Yeah, you're right. Why wouldn't he land and be like, yo, somebody come get me. I have a broken back and I'm laying in a field. /
also that plane, you're probably looking for it. It went rogue. Do you think that like the autopilot was like AI or something and like...
Fucked with him, tried to murder him?
Oh, is this it?
This is it. This is when robots take our jobs.
This is when robots take them over. It was by Lockheed Martin, this jet. So I think someone's going to have some questions to answer. I have a feeling we're going to see more about this story over the next few days as they review it and say, hey, this is kind of embarrassing.
This is kind of crazy, huh?
Holy shit. And we lost it in South Carolina, of all places. It's not like the Canadian tundra.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not Montana. Like South Carolina, like we got it. Like,
yeah.
We've got it pretty well mapped out.
Crazy.
The next story I have is, this one fucking killed me. The United States Senate will no longer enforce a dress code which allows senators to wear sweatshirts, t-shirts, and shorts.
What?
So they are going full fucking casual Friday in the Senate going forward.
How do you feel about that?
Well,
like the Senate's serious.
My comment was, I was like, this is actually fantastic news because now they can wear the logo of the company that bought them their position. This is great.
That's great.
Like Raytheon on the juicy pants on your ass,
absolutely.
the sweatpants.
There's gonna be a lot of pharma.
Absolutely.
A lot of pharma.
That's like if you're like from Jersey, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, Pfizer. They're a Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Yeah, they'll be supporting. They'll be like, I'm just John Deere over here. Like, I just got this stupid fucking hat. We don't have a lot of money over here.
That would be incredible. If like it's like, okay, the dress code, that is the dress code, is that you have to disclose who's buying you off.
Absolutely. Whoever gave you the most campaign donations has their logo the biggest across your boobs or something like that.
Yeah. Bud Light.
Not even.
That's so crazy though. I hate that look. I hate like looking at a Senate and everyone's just wearing jeans. You can't wear jeans at a Senate.
I mean, it kind of goes right in what's that lady's name? Lauren Boebert. Did you see this story?
Yes.
I'm sorry. What's her fucking job?
So I don't know who the fuck she is, but I know that she is conservative and she's super against
United States representative.
She's like wicked fucking against drag queens, I guess.
Yeah,
or just drag queens talking to kids.
She was against the drag shows for children, which is such a guys,
hot button.
We have the national debt.
Yeah, it's such a psyop. It's like, hey, look over here.
Yes,
look over here.
exactly.
Argue about this while we go do something terrible.
While the Sacklers are like have us by the neck.
Literally.
But these shows over here, this is the important part. Anyway,
Right.
Lauren Boebert, if you did not pay attention, she went to see Beetlejuice, which apparently made her really horny.
Yes,
Which
so.
that is a guys, have you seen Beetlejuice?
I have seen Beetlejuice.
Not a sexual show.
No, but wait, what was it? Was it a theater show or was it like?
Yeah, it was. It was
just
in
a
Broadway.
movie?
I think it was in Broadway.
Oh,
Like she went to see Beetlejuice in Broadway. Not like a hot show. It's not even like a Phantom of the Opera type where you're like kind of hot, kind of salacious a little bit. Not that it's ever okay to do this.
to diddle it yourself.
But it's actually even weirder to do that.
Wait, and so she was
on a date,
masturbating some guy, right?
Well, she was on a date, and I think he was like touching her boobs, which were out and looked great. I'll give her that.
What are they, teenagers? Like that's the
literally.
other part of it. It's like
and
so.
She
funny.
had her hand on his crotch, and someone was filming them. Which what was that? Well, who's being filmed at Beetlejuice? Why is any of this happening? Did she pay a friend to film her jerking this guy at Beetlejuice?
Well,
and not in like a corner. Like they were like in an aisle. Like it was clearly visible. It was like they were it was a psyop, guys. It was a psyop.
I also
to be more relatable.
I also heard that he owns a gay bar that has drag shows at it or something like that.
No way.
Yeah. Or he owns a bar that has drag shows.
Oh my god.
Which is very funny. But I guess she's not opposed to drag shows in general, just not to kids. But.
Yeah, he was. Lauren Boebert says she ditched the quote unquote Democrat, filmed fondling her at Beetlejuice. I learned to check party affiliations before going on a date. So was it a psyop? Did they set her up?
Maybe they set her up.
It was a Denver theater production of Beetlejuice. So, come on. That is so funny. So funny. I don't know. I don't actually think she's not a senator, but she would have Beetlejuice big on her tits, on her t-shirt, on her representative t-shirt, Beetlejuice.
God, that's fucking hilarious. That's ridiculous.
That's actually a really good segue to my next story. Grindr lost nearly half of its staff because they did a return to work policy.
Really? That's also really funny because their whole thing is that it's like, oh, be near other people that are
do you want to be near gays? We'll tell you where the gays are. And they were like, do you want to come see all the other gays?
Tell you that.
The gays are not in the office. They are not fucking in the office. No. They have a strict policy. So actually, obviously the headline of this is pretty funny and it makes it sound like they just like quit on being like, oh no, how dare you, which maybe they did. But the reality was a lot of them had actually been hired on when they were remote.
Yeah.
So they lived in different cities and they couldn't really do the relocation.
Oh yeah.
So then they had to quit. Or had to go through the do I want to move my entire family and life and stuff like that.
I feel like how much staff could Sorry.
No, you're good. Oh my God, you're doing great.
I was in Dublin this morning.
You're doing great, sweetheart.
How much staffing could Grindr possibly need? You know what I mean? It's like,
it's
okay,
a popular app.
It's a popular app, but it's like, okay.
It's only like, I mean, I think it said 80 of the 178 employees at the app resigned. So 178 employees, that feels about right.
I applied it to Grindr once and they did not hire me. They didn't even interview me.
How dare. What was the position did you apply for, a top or a bottom? Because gay. Because of gay.
Yeah, get it?
Get it, because of gay.
Right, because they have sex that way.
Yeah, with their dicks.
Right, yeah.
May doesn't have one.
No.
But it's also for lesbians, right? Or not really?
No, I think it's just for guys. I mean, I don't know. But like, I think primarily
let's
for
find
guys.
out.
Yeah. At least it used to be.
Grindr.
Original
for
Grindr.
Non-male. Because there's a lot of other things, okay?
Yeah.
Gay, bisexual, and transgender people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So not lesbians.
Well,
like,
wouldn't lesbian be gay?
Know. They'd count under. I think they're trying to be like gently, like you just don't. It's still gonna do another app. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you can come on here if you. There's probably an option, but there's like 6 people there. You know.
Also, I feel like
if you're lesbians on Grindr and listening to this, let us know in the comments, please.
I also, in general, okay, don't come at me. I feel like lesbians don't really behave this way. They're not just like, I'm horny. Let's see who wants to fuck within 5 miles of me. Like, I feel like they need to like get to know a girl, take her on a few dates.
The lesbians that I know are a little bit more in that line, but I don't know all of them yet. Working on it.
I know every single lesbian that's ever. Actually, I did grow up playing ice hockey, so I probably do know every single lesbian in the greater Massachusetts area.
That's a fair amount. Yeah. Oh, look, 2017 Grindr is no longer for men only. And they're like, wink, wink. Like, no, it is.
It's for non-binary people that were born as men.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And those are my short stories.
Oh, that was fun.
Delight, right?
That was fun. That was saucy. That was spicy.
This was spicy. This was actually almost all of those stories, minus the fighter jet, were kind of sexual.
Yeah. You know what we should do an episode on? The Bunny Ranch.
What's the Bunny Ranch? Oh, the Playboy Bunny Ranch.
The Playboy Bunny Ranch.
We definitely should.
Yeah.
And we should watch
that America does is gross.
America is disgusting, but I love us so
Yeah.
much. I think it's so funny. It's like the Europeans would never understand that. And it's like the fucking Dallas Cowboys stadium and there's drones everywhere in USA and everyone's blacked out. I'm like,
horrible.
Yeah. It's disgusting and I hate it, but I also weirdly love it. I can't get around it.
I love that TikTok sound that's like, these colors are red, white, and blue. And it does the eagle sounds like, you know what I'm talking about? It's like whenever I get back from Europe and then it's like pouring like
ice water.
Yeah, ice water.
These colors don't run.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, that's been the episode, guys. I was going to do, as I mentioned up top, the writer's strike. So we will be doing that next week because I do have all the research. And then we decided that might not jive with the rest of the content.
Yeah,
so
also I'm wiped, so I would have.
That's a pretty hard. Yeah, probably. But it's also a pretty hard move off of Lauren Boebert to go on.
Yeah. The writer's strike is crazy to me because I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What's going on?
First of all, what's the spring gonna look like for TV? I guess, I mean, thank God for reality TV, which is, by the way, all I watch anyway. So I'm like, okay, so my TV habits will change 0. But like for other people, there's not gonna be any good shows on.
I guess they're gonna have to come listen to this freaking podcast, you guys. I guess they're gonna have to tell 3 friends because the writer's strike is gonna mean there's gonna be no other content. So you have to come here and listen to us talk about sex clubs.
We should also have some friends of ours that have been affected.
Yes, we should. Actually, that's a really good idea because we know a lot of people and that would be an unbelievably easy guest to get because they're not working.
They're not doing anything.
They're around.
And if they think they're getting paid from this podcast,
it's never going to happen.
Get real.
Never going to happen. We'll give them a glass of wine.
All
anyway,
right.
do tell your friends though so we can eventually move into like being able to pay the fucking writers or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like and subscribe, follow us online, follow us on YouTube, Risque Business News, Instagram, Risque Business News, Laura Sogar and May_Planert.
Yes.
You'll definitely want to follow May right now for her little X's over her boob pictures.
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
pretty
put those
exciting.
up though. I put them up with a bra on. Lame. I'll put them up on the
Never mind,
Patreon.
don't follow her. Don't follow her. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.